am here. I am here. I am here. StreamYard was giving me all type of issues. Too many issues. It's giving me too many issues for how much I pay for this thing. But I'm here now. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Thank y'all for bearing with me. It's the first time I've been late in a long time. I feel like I should get some props for that. I am going to wash my hair today. That's why I got my Pippi Longstocking braids. I don't need any comments. I don't need any comments on my braids. It is currently a blizzard. Just looked outside and the snow is going crazy, and I'm wondering if I should have taken my baby to school today. That's making me nervous. I'm wondering if I should go get her because it's colder than a hooker's heart outside. And now we added the snow, and that is crazy. We've added snow on top of the cold, and I done dropped my baby off at school, and I want to go get her because if it don't stop in the next hour, I'm going to get my baby because I ain't driving in it later. And it is cold as your ass. Anyway, I digress about the cold. Every year I lived here my whole life, and every year I act like I never seen the snow because I hate the snow. I hate the snow. I hate the rain and I hate the snow. A little Hey Arnold reference for you millennials. How do I sound? StreamYard was giving me so many. It wouldn't pick up my mic today. So tell me how I sound. Do I sound clear? Is it breaking up? Is it doing all the weird things? Am I corrected to the right mic? I know I sound congested, so don't talk about that. But I mean otherwise, how do I sound? Good morning, Kiki. Good morning, Numbers. I'm so glad you're here. Who else is here? Good morning, other people's drama. I had a comment before we get started on day 6. I had a comment on my video yesterday. Somebody said hello to me from Long Island. And that's not that far away. I mean, I ain't gonna walk or nothing. But I just think, y'all know I'm just such a small creator and we just have our own little community here. But just to think that you guys are all over the world and you stop what you're doing and you come spend your little 45 minutes in the morning with me, I don't think I'll ever get used to it. I am so grateful. And I appreciate you all. And I just don't think I'll ever get used to that. Like, that's just amazing to me. So good morning, wherever you're at. I hope it's not snowing like it is here. But any hootie, let's get into it. Day 6, Brian Walsh. Um, question, question up, question up. Because I went through yesterday. Of course, I watched the trial, but then I went through like the timeline of like text messages and Google searches, and when he finally decided to say that Anna was missing, I started to think that is so scary because look at these little braids. What are they doing? I'm Pippi Longstocking. Hoo, 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 ha. Started to think that was scary because for the most part, I'm a loner. I have friends. I have really good friends. I have a really big family. Um, but if it's up to me, I don't want nobody bothering me. If it's up to me, I don't want nobody in my space. I'm not calling anybody a bunch. I'm not. I'm just not. And so I started to think about how long before someone has not spoken to me before they realize I'm missing. And that scared me, right? Because the last time somebody had spoken to Anna was 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning on New Year's Eve. And by the 4th, nobody was looking for her. He just decided to start. I guess he had finally cleaned up enough where he felt safe that if the police come in here, they won't notice anything. He decided to start acting like she was missing. And that made me scared and sad. Exactly. Exactly, Helena. Like, it made me scared. It made me sad. I think people would notice because I have kids and because I'm the primary caregiver of those kids. That's the only reason somebody would know I'm missing. But as they get older, well, my youngest is 5 numbers, so somebody will be looking for me to come get her. But as she gets older, I'm wondering how long do you think you have to be out of contact before somebody in your life says, "Hey, spoken to her in a couple days." Like, he had to text her sister and say, "Have you seen Anna?" Do you not talk to your sister in 4 days? I don't know. It's very scary. I'm wondering how long this, and again, I told you guys yesterday, which is why I think he knew about the affair and why he felt like I have to say something now because I can't let somebody say something to me because they're going to be like, "You ain't talked to your wife in 4 days and you don't care." He knew that she was supposed to meet facile, which is like, he's like, "Okay, today's the day I got to act like I haven't talked to her." Um, but how long? That's scary. That's sad. I guess I need to start calling people and talking calling people and talking to people a little bit more. But as long as I have a young child, I feel like somebody's going to be looking for me. But once she starts to get older, we'll really be in my house. It'd be me and my baby in here by ourselves chilling. My oldest daughter will probably start looking for me after about probably 4 days. Right when she when it runs out of money, she'll be like, "Okay, I ain't talking about my." But if I have my baby with me, I wonder how long before somebody says, "Where are they?" Huh. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. I just thought that was interesting. Okay, so day 6, we're still with the Emmy, and he was whatever. The defense tried to use cross-examination 101, which means where you can use somebody else's witness as your witness. And I didn't know. I didn't like what the defense was doing. I didn't understand what the defense was doing with the ME, because you're talking about, could this have happened? Could this have happened? Could something happen with her heart? Could something happen with her lungs? Could something happen with her brain? Could something happen? Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All of those things could happen. You know how we would be able to tell? If we had a body to autopsy. Like, I don't understand. Like, the defense is really leaning into, we don't got a body, so we got to let him go. Like, and I don't even know if that's what they're trying to do. Maybe they're just trying to stay in not first degree, because you're not gonna get props because we have no body. It looks bad for you. And so for you saying, like, could she have done this? Could she have done that? Yes, she could have got picked up by an alien named Zook. You know why we don't know? You know why we don't know? Because we don't have a body. And you know why we don't have a body? Because your client decided, I'm gonna chop her up and get rid of her. So I just did not understand that line of question. And the Emmy was not going. The Emmy was not going. It felt like the defense was expecting more of a fight, but this Emmy was like, I mean, what you saying, bro? Like, because like, most deaths are unexpected. What are you talking about? Like, most deaths are unexpected. If you get in a car accident, that's unexpected. That's sudden and unexpected. Unexplained. Thank you for the hat is linked, y'all. By the way, the hat is linked in the bio. This is one of my hats. Is y'all cool? But I just didn't understand that line of questioning. I didn't understand where he was trying to go. I didn't understand what he was trying to get. I mean, I guess I understand what he was trying to get, but I just don't think it was good. Why are you highlighting for the jury, that you don't have a body? And we don't have a body because of him. Now, also, speaking of not having a body, and there has been rigmarole in the law talk community on whether or not he admitted to dismembering her. Some say he only pled guilty to getting rid of her. Some say he pled guilty to get rid of her and dismembering her. And I want to be the one to tell you very clearly that he pled guilty to dismembering her and getting rid of her. The facts pattern for his plea included him dismembering her. So we can stop all the arguments and back and forth. The facts pattern for his plea included the dismemberment, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna come for sure and tell y'all tomorrow. But I'm very sure that the fact pattern for his plea included the dismemberment. So we can end the speculation, which is why they're not arguing the tools. What they are trying to argue with what they were trying to argue with the crime scene tech, and maybe it worked, although we're going to finish him today. The defense is trying to argue with crime scene tech that there was no blood in the bedroom. That there was no blood in the bedroom. Further trying to articulate their unexplained, unexpected death ideology. But there's ways to kill someone without blood. Thank you from Long Island. I was just speaking about you. I love you too. There's ways to kill people without blood. And who says we never said you killed her in the bedroom. You said that. Like, I just don't understand what the defense is doing. Nobody said that. You said that. You said you went up to bed. We didn't say that. There quite possibly could be no blood in the bedroom. We don't know where you killed her. We know you killed her. Who said that? Who said there should be blood in the bedroom? You know where there was blood? All over them carpet and stairs and everything in the basement. You could have lured her down there. You're the one who ran with the fact pattern that she went to the bedroom. I just don't understand sometimes. I mean, they up a creek without a paddle. So they're doing all they can. So more power to them. But it's like, there's no blood here, right? You check this and there was no blood there, right? And you check this and there was no blood there, right? Yeah, but who said she was in the bedroom? You did. We don't believe you. You're a liar. Well, I don't know why you talking about the bedroom. I tell you, wherever there was blood is where you killed her. At least where you chopped her up. And if I was the prosecutor, I know they have to be chopping at the bit to get that man on the stand. Because he's gonna get up there and lie. And I went upstairs and she was non-responsive. And so I thought, I know what I'll do. This is not funny, but it's funny because it's so ridiculous. I know what I'll do. I'll chop her up and I'll drive around to different dumpsters and I'll put a little bit here and I'll put a little bit here and I'll put a little bit there. Sir, suck a nut. Nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. And it's so interesting because they put up the HR lady and the security guy from her job. It's so interesting that he was the one who was like, you ain't talked to her in 4 days. You probably need to call the police. What is you doing? What the fuck is you doing? Call the police. And then they're like, who's the local police? He talking about, oh, I don't know. Oh, you know. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. But it's also interesting to hear them talk about how he was like, he got really upset for a second during their phone call. Remember they talked about how like he was crying and we had to calm him down? I think those witnesses are necessary to show the dichotomy of him acting so distraught on the phone with them, and then we watched the videos. We watched all the videos yesterday of him going to Lowe's and CVS and Stop and Shop and all these places, and he's not rushed, he's not sweaty, he's not nervous. He's just dilly-dallying. Just dilly-dallying. Just go down this aisle, go down that aisle. It's so fascinating to me that he's not worried that somebody's going to show up at the house. Where is her body doing this time, do you think? Do you think he got up, took the kids to daycare, and just left her in the basement waiting to be chopped? It's so eerie and it's so disgusting and sad that he's just dilly-dallying around Lowe's. No sweat on his brow, to the point he actually engages with people. Let me tell you something. I'm not saying I ever would, because I'm sure I would not. But if I got a body at home chilling, waiting on me to chop it up, I'm going to be moving a little bit faster throughout the store. I'm going to be moving a little bit faster. I'm going to be sweating a little bit, and I don't want nobody to talk. I don't want nobody to talk to me regularly. I don't want nobody to talk to me regularly. Okay, and it's and I would prefer you not talk to me. I would walk in the store and they be like, "Do you need help finding something?" And I absolutely do need help finding something, but I don't want you to help me finding it. I want you to not talk to me, sir. No, thank you. I'll look. Like he's just dilly dallying. He's going back and forth. He got somebody helping him check out, and then he goes to self checkout. Why are you Googling how long they keep the cameras and you go to self checkout where they have the most cameras? Anyone know how long from when he killed to cutting her up? They have not been clear. The way they presented the information was not clear. But from what I can gather, he had to have killed her between 1:30 and 3:45. He goes to matter of fact, let me look at my timeline. He starts to go to Lowe's. Hold on, let me tell you. Let's see. He starts. Hold on. Okay. His first trip to Lowe's is at 5:41 on the first. So she's already dead, I think, because he starts Googling right away. How long does the body smell? How to get a blood stain? Can you use hydrogen peroxide? His first trip to Lowe's is at 5:41 that on the first. The first time he goes to a um garbage can is, let me see. Mm, the first time he goes to the garbage cans are on the third. The first time he goes to trash to dumpsters with bags in his hands, he starts to do that on the third. Yeah, he goes to the liquor store on the first, but he hadn't been to Let me see. Let me see. Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, the first time he starts, he went and threw something away at the liquor store, but I don't think that was the body because he hadn't been to Home Depot yet to get the bags and everything. So they're not being very clear. I'm thinking he started to chop her up. That first of all, the only normal thing about Brian that we have so far is that he feels like he didn't sleep. He feels like he did not sleep this entire time. Okay, because he's up at all hours of the night, googling, running to the stove, chopping. Seemed like he didn't sleep for 3 days. So that's about the only normal part we have of him. But I think he started cutting her up right away. I think he started to cut her up right away on the first. As soon as he went to Lowe's, Home Depot, he started to chop her up. And then he Googles the apartment building. He Googles how long they keep security footage. And that's the thing too, Helena. He had to be chopping her up. No, where we? Um, he had to be chopping her up with the kids in the house. Absolutely. Absolutely chopping her up when the kids are in the house. And did you see he took one of his kids to the store with him? He's just living life. He's just living life. And that is, I think, for me, if I was a juror, that would be good morning, Jen. That would be my nail in the coffin for him. That would be my nail in the coffin for him. Besides the fact, defense wants everyone in that jury to leave their common sense at the door. And if I was the prosecution, that would be the biggest part of my closing argument is we tell you to come in here and we tell you to listen to the facts and the evidence, and we absolutely want you to apply the facts and the evidence, but we don't tell you to leave your common sense at the door. We don't tell you to check that in your locker. We tell you to bring that in the jury room with you. What makes more sense? What makes more sense? That a loving husband, quotation marks, that a loving husband comes to bed and finds his wife unresponsive. And instead of calling 911 to see if she can be revived, see if something's wrong, instead of that, he decides, I'm already about to go to jail for fraud. I should chop her up. Yeah, that makes sense. That's not common sense. That's not common sense. And I wonder, and that's what I think they probably would have got an objection, but I would have, if I was the prosecution, asked the ME, hey, we talked a lot about unexplained, unexpected deaths. Um, how many of those do the people chop the body up and get rid of it? Just so he can say 0%. 0% does not happen. Um, what else? Also, I told y'all that I was not gonna bring up Karen Reed's case anymore. And I'm trying not to, but every time a cop gets on the stand and they talk to me about their investigation, I can't help but think, huh, huh, you mean to tell me when that cop got up there and said, not the cop, the crime scene tech, and he got up there and he said, yeah, we'll put um the blanket or whatever they put it into a drying cabinet so that it could dry out so that they could test it. Huh. Wait a Wait a good goddamn minute. You mean to tell me there's a drying cabinet? You mean to tell me you don't gotta lay the shit on the floor and just hope for the best? There's a drying cabinet? Come on, Peg. Come on, Peg. You're suing the wrong people, Peg. The bar and Karen don't have nothing to do with what you got going on. You're suing the wrong people, Peg. You mean to tell me you got a drying cabinet? A specific place that you put things in so they can dry out? Come on, Peg. It's hard. It's very hard for me not to. I'm trying. I'm trying, but it's very hard for me not to, especially when there's a civil case on the floor. There's a civil case on the floor where this woman is trying to sue Karen Reed for the death of her son. And you have all this evidence that they intentionally botched your investigation, and you're just okay. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. I'm gonna let it go. But I think the biggest part that I got, it is snowing so hard outside. I'm telling you, it's colder than a hooker's heart, and I don't want to go out there anymore. And I'm thinking I should go pick my baby up. I'm gonna give it about 45 minutes, and then I'm gonna pick her up because it's gonna get worse later, and I don't want to be in it. Um, I think the biggest takeaway I got from yesterday was watching those videos is so eerie. It's so eerie because he's so calm. And okay, I know that Lowe's is for home improvement, and there people could be doing any number of projects when they go to Lowe's. I understand. I understand that you never know what people need to complete their projects, but Lowe's workers, Lowe's workers, Home Depot workers, do y'all ever see a group? Do y'all ever see a particular set of instruments and go, what you got going on there, fella? I mean, what did he? Because they were helping him check out at Lowe's. I know there was conversation. I want to talk to them and say, what did he tell you he was about to do with these tools? He got 5-gallon buckets, a hacksaw, snips, ammonia, peroxide, bleach. Y'all didn't go, huh, sir? What you what you working on? Is there not a particular set of tools that spike red flags for y'all? No. Like if I come in here and buy rope, tarp, bleach, ammonia, do y'all start looking at me weird or no? No? Okay. I just want to know. I mean, I know there's a myriad of things people could be doing to their homes, and you never know. And I get that. But is there a particular combination that will raise our that'll raise eyebrows? Like going to CVS and buying 7 different types of hydrogen peroxide don't make you go, hmm, you ain't no doctor. What you need all this peroxide for? Like it don't make you just what you got going on there, fella? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm too nosy. I don't know. I ain't never did no home improvement project, so I don't know. But I'm just saying, it don't make you squint a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. Um, they have not said like, and the defense made a point to say that he didn't know when the trash would be picked up at the apartment complex. I think he did. I think he did. And I think he is mad that they found the hat, the boots, the jacket, the card. I think he mistimed it. I think he absolutely knew when they were going to incinerate that trash can, and that's why he put her in that particular one. Exactly, Helena. But this is what I'm saying. They don't say, "Hey, hey, where you going? What's up? What's up? What you doing with these rib cutters?" Like, and there is a man at Lowe's scanning everything. And I know you're talking to him and you work here. So you know if the shit's not gonna make sense if he tell you, oh, I'm just fixing a hole in the ceiling. Well, what you need this ammonia for, man? What you need all this bleach for, sir? You don't really need that to fix a hole in the ceiling. But all right. Okay. I definitely would be talking to somebody like, look at his bucket. I don't know, that look like bury a bitch material. This is not funny. Okay. Rubber gloves and a mask looking like a serial killer. Making sure he tries to step away from the camera, but he's so dumb that he doesn't. It's got to be world's dumbest criminal. You go in every store you can buying murderous materials. You took 2 and 3 days. You didn't want to Amazon it. You didn't want to Amazon it. You Googling how long. Thank you. You know what? StreamYard was pissing me off and it was connecting to anywho. But thank you. The mic is so much better today. You didn't want to Amazon. You ain't want to one day deliver it. You Googling how long for security cameras, but then you go be seen on all the goddamn security cameras you can. It's like, my golly, today. You got to be a dumbass bastard. Because here's the thing, and I gotta get off here because I gotta go to work. But here's the question I would have for Brian Walshe, and not like on the stand, like after he is already convicted and is in prison for the rest of his life, he ain't got nothing else to lose. I just be wanting to know, did you really think you were going to get away with this? Honestly, honestly, what did you think was going to happen? You know that the husband is always the first suspect. You know this. And you went to every Lowe's in a 10-mile radius and bought bury bitch, bury a bitch material. You got rid of her phone before it had any, it didn't even like it'll keep the last ping. You know this. Like, what did you really think that you were gonna get away with this? Really be wanting to know. Like, it boggles the mind that anybody thinks that this is a good idea. I just want to know, what part did you think they were gonna be like, well, she's gone. Don't know what to tell you, sir. You didn't think they were gonna look and see? Had you been to any Home Depots lately? I mean, I have a real question, but I can't wait till you get to understand. This point I have heard from anybody I need to hear from. I still don't know whether they're going to call people to talk about Anna. Like, I just think it's so strange in this case. It's very odd, this case particularly, that I had to go look for who Anna was myself. Like I told you guys, I looked at her Instagram because it's still up. And and until I did that, I realized that I don't remember seeing her in this case. I don't remember hearing about her. I don't know what kind of person she was. All they know is that she had an affair and that she went to work. But where are the people who intimately knew her? Like, I don't know. It's very strange to me. It's very strange to me that they're keeping her out of this case a little too much. I mean, you can't go too far into it because you don't want people to feel sorry. You want them to look at the evidence, but it's a little too much. It's a little too much out of this case. And every time I look at Brian, I just think, Anna, you could have done so much better. Ugh, you could have done so much better. And I think she didn't know that when she got with him. But once she got a new boo and a new job making more than $200,000, $300,000 a year, she probably was like, I don't need this ugly bastard. And he could feel it. He could feel it. Not only are you ugly, you're dumb. You are really dumb. You are going to jail for selling fake art. You are stupid. And I'm getting the hell out of here. And he couldn't handle that. And poor Anna and poor them kids. I still haven't heard any report besides that they are still with the state. And that just breaks my heart. That just breaks my heart that no, I don't understand how nobody in Anna's family is coming to rescue those boys. I just don't understand that. But you know, nobody's gonna love your babies as much as you. Um, but that's just really sad. I said that yesterday, Helena. I don't know how he put her. They told me he was rich. They told me he had the money on because when I saw Anna on her Instagram and then I see Brian long head, long nose, Squidward looking ass, I go, this does not match. This does not match. What happened here? And it had to be the money. It had to be the money. But then, like I said, she got up in there. She's like, I can make my own money. I don't even need you anymore. I don't have to come home and look at you in my bed with that face. She should have just got out of there sooner. As soon as he was convicted, she should have left and said, I don't want to be with a criminal. That would have been my main reason to get up out of there. That would have been my main reason to get up out of there. As soon as he got convicted. Matter of fact, as soon as he got arrested, I'd have used that as my excuse. Because I don't deal with no criminals. I gotta get out of here. Pack your stuff, boys. We going to DC. I don't know what you're doing, but we getting up out of here. But I mean, maybe she loved him. You feed anything for a long time, you start to love it, I guess. I don't know. You feed anything for a good little amount of time, I guess you start to love it. I don't know. But it wasn't the looks. It wasn't the looks. He don't even look like he got a good personality. I just can't wait to see him on the stand. And I hope that prosecutor rips him to shreds. I hope they practicing every night in the mirror. Yeah, the side piece wasn't better, and he had a weird walk. Let me stop talking about these people. He had like a limp or something, like a little. He looked better than Brian. He was definitely a step up. So we're gonna give him that. But he wasn't. Anywho. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get to work. We will be back tomorrow for day 7. I think today we continue with the crime lab. We got blood on everything, not DNA yet. We haven't got DNA yet. We're on cross still with him, and they're just in the crosses. You didn't find blood in the bedroom, which is annoying me because nobody said she was in the bedroom, nobody but your client. So that's not the serve you think it is. It's just not the serve you think it is. Because you want us to believe she was in the bedroom because you say so. I don't give a damn if there's no blood in the bedroom. There's blood everywhere the fuck else. And unexplained, unexpected deaths should not have blood everywhere. Doesn't make any sense. But anywho, we're continuing with the crime lab today. I think we're gonna, for sure, if we're talking about blood, then we're definitely gonna get into the DNA. And then I'm just waiting for the moment they get a little bit more into Anna. I just want, yes, we don't want to overdo it because he deserves a fair trial, but she should be seen as a human in all of this. She should be seen as a person in all of this, and all and her motivations, and her as a mother, and her as a daughter and a sister and a friend. I don't think that's prejudicial. That is the person you killed, and I think we should know that. I think they should know that. He going to jail anyway, but I still but I think they should know that. I think it's important. But we'll see. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you have a great Tuesday. I hope it's not snowing like it is here. Oh my God, today. Every year I'm getting out of here. I mean it this time. Hope you have a good day. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Be safe. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.